Got a minute. I've been tracking this fugitive for a couple weeks, and I do believe I know where he's holed up. Elmore Leonard wrote some great books that turned into great movies. Get Shorty, Out of Sight, Rum Punch, which became Jackie Brown, are a few of them, and all of those have memorable characters. But to me, Elmore Leonard mastered the short story. And one of those, Fire in the Hole, created one of my favorite characters of all time. U.S. Deputy Marshal Raylan Givins, played perfectly by Timothy Oliphant. Now in the show, Raylan, much to his chagrin, is reassigned to his hometown of Harlan, Kentucky. Now if you haven't seen the show, get on it. But let's just say that Raylan's got a talent for finding trouble. Just like my little buddy here. Looks like we got a runner. This episode of Hollywood Weapons, we're testing Justified.
Do you love TV and movies as much as I do? Yeah, of course you do. And you sometimes find yourself asking, come on, man, can you really do that? Well, guess what? We're gonna put Hollywood to the test. This is Hollywood Weapons.
Please don't act surprised. So what's the best thing about any TV show or movie? Is it the story? Or is the way those characters navigate that story? Yeah, it's that. And Justified is a perfect example. Elmore Leonard was a master of character development.
I have laundry to do.
Yeah, you probably should have thought of that before you jumped bail. Get in. And Raylan Givins is one of the best. Behind that cool exterior, there's a whole lot going on. To me, he's kind of like a modern-day cowboy. And just like those guys, he's pretty good with a gun.
Have two lots of weight.
And he's smart, real smart. He's almost always 2 steps ahead of the bad guy. So the other night, I was watching Justified, and there was a scene in there that made me think, can you really do that? Raylan's been drugged and put in a bathtub. A dead body is thrown on top of him. And just before the assassin finishes him off, he's able to get to his service weapon and shoots through the body and hit that assailant with a fatal shot. Can you really do that?
Who cares?
I do. They do. Who asked you?
You did just now.
Nah, that was me thinking out loud, sort of a rhetorical question.
Oh.
Let's take a minute to talk about this in a segment I like to call
Terry's Knucklehead Science.
Now, body mass is a very dense thing. Would that round have enough velocity in it to be lethal to the assassin just like it was in the show?
I doubt it.
Again, rhetorical.
Damn it, Raylan.
That's the wrong guy.
Get your ass back to the office.
And don't shoot anybody on the way.
I guess it's time for me to go see Larry. Get out.
No ejectors then? Nothing?
We're testing a scene from Justified to see if you can shoot through a dead body in a bathtub and take out a bad guy that's 10 feet away. But first, I gotta go track down Larry. What do you say, Zanoff?
Let me guess. Cowboy hat, black town car, marshal's badge. Would I be justified in assuming that you're pretending to be Raylan Givins?
You're pretty good for an old guy.
Old guy? You do realize these are guns I have here, right, Terry?
Oh, I know that, but Raylan Givins, he's one of the best.
Yeah, well, you ain't him. What is it you're trying to test this time?
All right, he shoots through a dead body on top of him in a bathtub, kills another bad guy 10 feet away.
That's actually not what I was expecting.
You got something else in mind?
Well, I think it's in season 4. He actually shoots at a steering wheel of a car, and the bullet causes the airbag to deploy. And I've always wondered whether that was doable or not.
I'm still on season 3, so let's test both of them.
I really gotta start learning to keep my mouth shut.
Can I tell you something? It is really not an easy thing to do, believe me. What else do you need?
Well, obviously, we're going to need you laying inside of a bathtub. We're going to need some kind of ballistic gel torso to lay on top of you, and we'll need the Glock that he uses.
Don't tell me. ISS were the armorers for that show.
Of course we were.
Of course they were. What do you need for your test?
That's an easy one. We just need a vehicle with functioning airbag.
I reckon I know where to get one of those.
Now, here's the deal. When we do the test, the torso actually needs to have some kind of bone structure in it. Otherwise, it's not really an authentic test. So we need to build something that has some kind of material or bones inside
No, I
of it.
agree. Where do we get one of those?
I think Chris Mills did a real good job on the Rambo episode,
yes.
so I think he probably has everything we need.
Perfect, so I'll be paying him a visit.
Yeah, and while you're there, have him make an extra one for us, okay?
Look at you being all prepared.
Somebody's got to be the adult in the room, Terry. So let me look at the film clip and everything. I'll figure out what the safety protocols are. Obviously, discharging the firearm that close to you is not something we can do willy-nilly. We'll figure it out, and I'll let you know where we go from there.
No. I'm always cool with the idea of not getting shot.
Yeah, not getting shot is the best.
I'll link up with Chris, and then I'll see you later.
Don't threaten me like that.
I'm here to see Chris Mills, a special effects guru and a guy I hope can make what I need for this test in a very short time.
Hi, come in.
Chris.
Hey.
Hey, it's Terry, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for taking my call on such short notice. And I also have been dying to meet you because last season you crushed it for us. When we did the Rambo episode with the gel and the skull model with the arrow, it was freaking amazing. And what are you doing in here, man? Show me.
So last night I actually poured up a head very similar to the one that I made for you guys the other night.
Cool.
So
Let me
let's
see
open it up and see how it came out. So we got this nice, it's a little soft right now, a nice gelatin head.
That is the twin brother of the bad guy. And I got lucky, man. I shot him right where he was supposed to go. You filled this with blood, so in real wounding fashion, it was dripping out of his nose while I was talking.
Nice.
It was so gross and gruesome. Okay, here's what we're doing for the next test.
Okay.
We're testing Justified, and there's a really great scene where Raylan Givins is on his back in a bathtub, dead guy on top of him, right on top.
Wow.
Yeah, and he shoots through him. Bullet penetrates about 10 feet, goes into the and kills the guy away. So I need to see, is that doable? Do you think you can do that?
Yeah, definitely. We can make a torso.
And what the torso, not just this, we need this, the organs, but I'm gonna need the spinal column and the ribs. Doable?
Oh, yeah.
In typical Schappert fashion, I have planned badly, and I need this darn thing as soon as you possibly can. When do you think you can have it for me by?
Well, generally when someone puts an order in, I have a couple days where I have to get the supplies.
Is it possible to do it in a day?
In a day.
I know, man. I know. I'm leaning on you hard.
Well, you guys lucked out because I already have the molds empty. I don't have anything in production right now, and torso molds, and I have the bones in stock, so I'm able to put something together. So
Okay.
I'll pour it up to 9 and be ready for you guys tomorrow.
You just saved me, but don't tell Larry that you saved me.
Hold on.
All right, so guys, this is coming together. Larry's doing what Larry does. I've got the expert Chris working on the torso. I just need a car, and I do know where to get one of those, so. Hey. Oh, I'm glad you called, bro. I thought you were ducking me. Can you be there now? I'm on my way. Don't think about leaving, because I'm about to go meet Raylan Givins' boss. Everything's coming together for the tests. The ballistic torsos are being prepped, and Larry's off doing his thing. I think I better go see Raylan's boss, Nick Searcy.
Not on that page. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Nick Searcy.
Oh, hey, Terry. Thanks for coming to acting school.
I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, I was just doing a little script analysis here.
Oh, I'm quite familiar with it. No good? Get rid of it.
Well, I just go through the script. The first thing I do is go through the script and see what pages I'm not on, and I get rid of those.
And I think any dialogue, I don't know, speaking as a trained professional, I would think anything that doesn't make me look good or sexy has got to go, or rewritten.
Well, dialogue in a script, I look at as a suggestion and not like, you know, a command.
Okay, let's cut to the chase. First of all, thanks.
Oh, my pleasure.
I appreciate it, man.
Great to
I
be here.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Huge fan. I really am. You're one of those guys that's been. I'm old. We're about the same age. Mm-hmm. And you've been around for a while, and you've been kicking this for a while, right?
Yeah. No day job for about 27 years. That's about as good as you can hope for.
So there's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, just for my interest, but a couple things I saw in Justified which were interesting. The first one was in an episode where Raylan Givins, Timothy's character, shoots an airbag very up close.
Right.
And inflates it, and, you know, it basically takes down the bad guy. That's a quick one.
Right.
We're gonna see about that. The other one's gonna be where Raylan's in the bathtub. He's having a hard time. He's got the dead body on him, and he shoots through it and kills the bad guy.
Right.
So let me ask you this, just, you know, a guess. The airbag test with the gun. What do you think?
That seems ridiculous to me. It seems
seems
like
hard
it would destroy the mechanism when he shot.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna see if that one goes. You and I are the same mind. And what do you think about the 9mm? It's a 9mm round.
Well, the 9mm sort of standard issue Marshall gun.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we all carried.
So do you think it will go?
I tend to find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I mean, even when we were shooting it, I thought, that's really clever, and that's a great idea.
Cool idea.
But I don't know about this, unless maybe it's a really thin person and you shoot, like, where there's
Any
no bones.
any bone? Yeah, well, that's the
You gotta
thing.
shoot right through the flesh, you know.
Listen, I don't want to take up your time, because I know you've got an acting class coming in.
It's true.
So good to see you, man. Nick Searcy, even cooler than I thought he would be. Larry's on my back to get the car for this test, so it should do nicely. Come on, man. I still got it.
Ay, otra vez me la hizo. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué yo? Porque siempre mi carro.
Hey, Larry.
Is this the car we're going to use?
Yep.
I don't even want to know where you got it from.
Well, that's a good call.
Anyway, we reviewed the scene. Obviously, we're going to have our vehicle, Raylan, standing 2 to 3 feet away from the door, shooting through the window at the airbag. And of course, you'll be using one of the many 9mm Glocks that we have provided to the show.
Have I ever remarked on the fanciful attention to detail you have?
No, I think I would have remembered that.
So what's next?
Well, let's get the vehicle prepped for the test and get on our way.
You got it.
Okay, well, obviously we have the vehicle all prepped here. We got a dummy.
Don't.
In the driver's seat, Terry. We have a protective barrier here for you with a hole cut in it so you can have a clear shot at the airbag. Now, you do realize, of course, that once you fire at the airbag, it will no longer be functional. So it's not going to be a safe car to drive.
Yeah, I don't believe my friend's gonna care.
Okay. Well, if you remember in the scene, Raylan is trying to apprehend an armed fugitive. He doesn't really want to shoot the guy, so he fires at the steering wheel, deploying the airbag, thus disabling the bad guy.
That was a really good recap, Larry.
Oh, thank you, Terry. Let's get in position.
Safety's always a priority here in Hollywood Weapons. As you can see, the crew's put up these barriers to protect Larry and I and the rest of us. But I'm still go ahead and tell you, don't try this at home.
1 round. Let's see what happens.
Here we are at the range testing 2 scenes from the show Justified. The first is whether or not shooting an airbag will actually cause it to deploy.
1 round. Let's see what happens.
All right, I'm up.
Well, all right.
Didn't go off.
First time I got to shoot at a steering wheel from like this, so all right.
Okay, so there's 12 rounds. Let's give it a shot. Keep on shooting till we're empty, see if that helps.
Merry Christmas, Larry. Couldn't deploy an airbag with several shots from a 9mm. But now the crew's setting up the second test. Can I take out a bad guy by shooting through a dead body while laying in a bathtub? All right, bro. On to the next test.
Next test. Okay, so we reviewed the scene, and just like you said, Raylan's laying in a bathtub, right? He's actually got a dead body laying across him in the bathtub. He gets a hold of a handgun, shoots through the dead body, and makes a kill shot on another bad guy who's sneaking up on him.
That's pretty impressive.
Well, he's Raylan, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool. Did you get the torsos?
I did.
Good.
Chris, awesome guy.
He is
great gig, and he's bringing them in personally.
Oh,
Come
and there
on,
he is
dude.
right there.
Hey.
Look at that. Okay, let's get this guy in position.
Chris and the crew get the torsos in place as I climb into the bathtub. I really hope Larry brought the scented candles in the loofah.
Okay, so you can see what we've got here. We've got some ballistic protection for you on a platform. We've got the gel dummy there that Chris made for us. It's absolutely beautiful. We've cut a hole through the plexi for you so you can insert the gun there, and there's your bad guy. We even cut the bathtub in half so we can kind of see what's going on. We in position? You good to go?
Yeah, no candles?
No candles.
I'm ready.
Okay, so go ahead and charge one round in. Weapons hot, and fire at will. Weapons clear.
Oh, how did I do, man?
You know, I think you actually hit. So let's go up close and take a look.
Okay. Not my normal way of engaging targets from
Yeah, no, the bathtub drill.
Well, there's the hole that Chris uses for the mold.
Yeah, that's part of the mold, but actually, if you look right here, which is where I thought you hit.
I see it.
That's an expanded 9mm hit, but you see there's no penetration.
Yep, nope. So well, let's.
I mean, if we gotta look here.
Oh yeah. Look.
And you can see a big
up all that
wound
back
channel.
meat. Yep.
And it probably expanded in that gel torso. Still flew true.
And made thump hurt.
But that's not a kill shot.
Well, I'm not happy with that, because she's the villain and Raylan is the hero, so we gotta fix this.
Yeah, he's laying in a bathtub, kind of exposed, and the bad person's still coming to get him. So we gotta do something. Well, really the only thing we can do is try a different type of ammunition.
Okay.
Right, these were hollow points, which is what a police officer would use.
Exactly.
But let's load it up with, say, 115 grain full metal jacket and see what that does.
Okay.
Go ahead and load around and fire at will. There's definitely no penetration.
It might have even got through there.
I don't think that it did.
It's going through some heavy stuff, man. There's look.
And there it is. Yeah, look at that.
Right to where the axillary artery is.
It's actually inverted too. So it hit bone or organs or something, and the bullet actually tumbled through, and it dumped all of its energy in this torso right here.
Well, the point is, shooting two people with one pistol.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
tough.
a pistol round, it's hard for the bullet to penetrate two complete torsos between organs and blood vessels, and you've got bones, of course.
Of course.
It's not an easy thing, regardless of the type of ammunition we use.
Well, I was just gonna say too, a couple things this shows. All ammo is different, has different effects, and the minute you start shooting live things, those variables just come into play. I mean, the minute the bullet leaves the muzzle, it's affected by everything in front of it, to include this.
Affected by everything, and it becomes unpredictable, because you can't really say how it'll be affected.
The only thing predictable, I believe, is that Raylan's gonna always come out on top. He had a good day.
He's Raylan. He had a good day.
Raylan had a good day, and you know what? We had a good day too. Bath time?
Good job. Absolutely. You could
like the
use a
way
little
you think.
cleanup here.
So what did we learn today? We found out that you can't make an airbag deploy simply by shooting it, and firing a 9mm through a dead body to take out a bad guy most likely won't save you. Well, there you have it. Justified, put to the test.
You're welcome. I'd like to thank the great Nick Searcy for his insight, and of course Larry and the team for making this fun and eminently safe. The great American writer Elmore Leonard sadly passed in 2013, but he left a body of work that is absolutely timeless. Someone once asked him, "How come your stories are so good?" And he said, "Well, I try to leave out the parts that people tend to skip." What an idea. So if you're watching TV or movie and you're thinking to yourself, can you really do that? Reach out to us at outdoorchannel.com/HollywoodWeapons, and maybe, just maybe, we're gonna put that to the test.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, Chris Mills put a lot of work into these. There's bone structure, organs, and blood, and we haven't really highlighted any of that yet. It just doesn't seem right, does it?
No, that doesn't seem right.
Amateur. Now we're clear.